Okay, let me back up, brothers and sisters. Apparently, I was silent. Apparently, I was silent just now. I was talking about the $5,000 challenge. I think I was silent there for some reason. I don't know. Anyway, let me repeat it. $5,000 challenge. Anyone that proved that Farra-Con is consistent with Elijah Muhammad's teaching, which he is not. No way, shape, form, or fashion. I was there, I know. And all you got to do is read anything Elijah Muhammad present, watching his videos, anything he published. Farra-Con is, right? And it was a total shit show today. Total. Right? September the 9th, 29th, 2024. So-called NOI broadcast, total shit show. I mean, he's the Messiah, and we're going to talk about some of that in a minute. Because this presentation is about who is Farra-Con. That's what I'm going to get into. But why would you make a covenant with somebody that you're going to be afflicted and punished? Why would you want to make a covenant with that? Right? No, the covenant is the reward that you would get for submitting to, right, to the sacrifice. Submitting to the servitude. Nobody told us to submit to the affliction because they was told not to afflict us. Don't touch them. And that's where the judgment coming. That's the judgment part coming in, because if they are just servitude, how you gonna blame them for doing something they was instructed to do by God Himself? But God told them, do not afflict them, don't harm them. And that's where the judgment's coming in at. Now they got their fake $10,000 right challenge, but you can't reach them. It's just bullshit. I'll take any day because I can prove he's a liar over and over again, because they do not represent Elijah Muhammad in any way, shape, form, and fashion. And they have never stepped up. I think this has been out for about 2 years. They have never stepped up for this. Not once. Okay, let's move on, brothers and sisters. Okay, brothers and sisters, who is Farra-Con? First, and this connects to that too, because where it says Elijah, and that's the one they used to beat people over the head. I was there. They beat the priest over the head. Hey, man, Elijah says right there. But right in the same verse, it says, the messenger of covenant will suddenly come to his temple. So he would succeed Elijah. Elijah prepared the way before him. But they don't talk about that part. You never hear them even mention that. They never mention the messenger of covenant at all. Just like they don't mention the part about we return home. Because the messenger of covenant, that's what he be revealing. Preaching, if you will. Because he's a messenger of covenant. So that's what he's got. That's his mission. That's his message got to be. And it's not Farra-Con's message. He's not the messenger of the covenant. He did not preach the message. He does not preach the covenant. It does not at any all. We're not going anywhere. He doesn't. He reads and he stops reading right there. It's just like when he read Malachi. He reads about messenger and he doesn't go any further. It's the same verse. It's like he said, "Oh, that verse is messed up." No, it's the same verse. So if that part of the verse is corrupt, the whole verse is corrupt. So he doesn't tell you about Elijah, the messenger of the covenant. And so he doesn't tell you about the covenant. You don't tell you about the messenger of the covenant or the covenant. He denied both. That tells you all you need to know right there. Right? But, as far as the messenger of the covenant is concerned, that's the lamb. He breaks the seals. See? And then you can't find anywhere in the scripture where he asked anybody to help him. Or even when he stood on the line, then in the inferno, all that stuff, that's Daniel. He never asked anybody to help him do anything. He asked anybody when he's in the well. He asked anybody anything. He did everything. He took down the ten horns. The lamb took down the 10 horns. Those 10 kings by himself. He took on the beast by himself. He broke the seals by himself. No one else could do it. See? All these things by himself. He didn't need any help. He's self-sufficient. Because he knows what a war is, and he's got the best weapon there is right here. The angel. That's the angel for this time. That is the super weapon. The ultimate weapon for this time. The crown was the ultimate weapon in this time. Okay? See, he don't need anybody. See? He didn't ask anybody to help him. He didn't ask anybody to give him any money. He's self-sufficient. He could do those things but 30-some years he haven't asked for a dime. Well, let me back up, right? A few years back, those people said they want to be taught the angel. Right? So I don't waste my time because I told him, I said, okay, I'll give you lessons by the hour and you have to pay for them. See? So I know you're serious. I ain't want their money. I know you're serious. And all of a sudden, they all dried up. There was a few of them, they all dried up also, because they weren't serious. I wasn't going to sit around here and waste my time, be distracted. Maybe that was their purpose. So, no, if you give me money, I told them how much I wanted per hour. If you're really interested in this, you pay me per hour, and I'll give you private instructions. That's what I was going to do, right? And they disappeared, so that was the end of that. That was about 10 years ago, I guess. I don't know, a long time. That lasts about a few months, and then, I think that channel even still might be up. What I call it? The Unknown Prophet. I think that's what I called it at the time. Still might be up. I haven't been over it in a long time. Right? But anyway, I ain't asked anybody for anything. And when you go in there, look in there, he doesn't ask anybody to help him. In Daniel, he has three associates, but they don't do anything. He helps them. They don't help him. They don't help him do anything. He never asked them to do anything. Now show me where, right? Only time you see he has any helpers, right? When he builds an army to take the land back, Arabia. Now, if you want to call those helpers, that's an army. But the army he builds to go to tribulation, they don't help him. He building them so they can help themselves. See? And up until not too long ago, his track record was 100%. 100% dedication, 100% effective, 100% flawless, no errors. Everything was checked out. And then all of a sudden, I can't blame anybody for that. Because if I allow it to happen, that's my fault. See? Because that's now it's just 30-some years. What? Basically, here and there, people come in and go, but basically, for 30 years, solo. See? And things are happening as a result of it. Like I said, you can't see the wind, but you can see the leaves blowing. And you see the world is blowing in the direction of the angel message. So that's not happening. It's not like it's prophesied and I'm just reporting it. No. It's the angels making it happen. That's why I tell about the seals. The seals, this happened. Then happened to the seals was broken. So he don't need any help. Right? And if those people come and sort of help, if they ain't help, they need to get out the way. Because then they put themselves in a position where they could be crushed or broken, because anybody getting in the way of the stone will be crushed or broken. That's the way it is. Right? Forget about not forgetting the consequence, right? Because I think, let me read the reviews real quick, boss. Is that I meant to put this in here. Let me review this real quick. I'm gonna say exactly right because it needs to be said exactly right. Oh, where are you here? Okay, there you go, right there. 1 second, brothers and sisters. Let's only take a second. What happened? There's two up there. Only take a second, brothers and sisters. Well, my second. I have to fight every day, brothers and sisters. Sometimes hours just to get the broadcast going. Right? Oh, come on. Here we go again. This should take 1 second. Oh, what's the problem here? But we need to go out and buy a new computer. No, I waste money doing that. Let's get near corrupt that one. Been pouring on my computer and everything. Right? Okay, come on now. Show up. Let's don't show up. Can I do it another way? This shouldn't take. Okay, here we go. Finally. Okay. Okay. Now, what does it say here? It says, okay, this is translation. I am bearing witness, I to everyone, the hearing the words of the prophecy of the little book this. If ever anyone should oppose upon them, will oppose the God upon them. The plagues have been written in a little book this. And if anyone should take off from the words of the little book of the prophecy, this will take off the God part of them out of wood of life out of the city of holy, have been written in a little book. See? Oh, in the short translation, you distort, mess with this angel message anyway. This is what happened to you. That's what it says right there. It's the very end to make you clear. This is a perfect message. It's perfect this time. It's the brightest message, right? We have been given in situations like, because this is time of unprecedented trouble, so it's unprecedented light. I mean, the Quran didn't go into this much detail about that season. The Quran's a season 1,500 years ago. But it doesn't get that much, tell you that much detail about that particular, tell you things about that season, but not the details like this. This tell you excruciating details. Excruciating details. A lot of that being revealed to you, right? So if anyone goes out there and says, if ever anyone should impose upon them, will oppose God upon them, the plagues have been written. So you're going to get the same thing punishment devils get. You missed this at all. Anyway. So you're hurting yourself. See? And not only that, right? But you make a record for yourself. So if you do make it home, remember there's some that's everlasting life, some everlasting shame and punishment. That means a record was kept and it's everlasting. And it passed on this seed. Like I'll talk about the tyrant. So you better be careful. Well, maybe you don't have to be careful. Maybe you don't give a damn. See? But we don't doctor history. We give the mathematics. We'll say, well, it's 3 plus 7 is approximately 11. Approximately, no, it's 3 plus 7 is 10, period. We're not going to say, like Abraham Lincoln and glorified and all that kind of stuff. No, we're going to say who they were. They're rapists, terrorists. If you Elijah Muhammad said, truth be so clear, even a fool would err. So if you out there mess with this stuff, then you're a fool or you're a traitor or you're an agent. Maybe all of them. See? And so that's what's going to be written down of you. Because you build your own record. We're only going to write down what your record is, as the Christ says. Your record will be revealed, be written down. Okay? Excuses will not be accepted. Like Mama told us, excuses will not be accepted. Okay? When that people came here, they found a clear, perfect message. Now, the fact that there's little errors here and there, all kind of stuff, I mean, they're major errors. Any error is a major error. Because when you say something perfect, pure, in other words, if you got a glass of water, so you got a whole gallon of water, and it's beautiful water, I mean, it's clean and everything else, right? And somebody's talking, and a little bit of spit drop into it. Do you feel it clean anymore? Would you drink it? You got a whole, you got a big 10-gallon can, 20-gallon can, 30-gallon can of water, clean water. And somebody step on the line over there, they be talking, hey, yeah, I'm looking at the water, you see a little spit drop in it. You going to drink that water? Are you going to drink it? No, you will not. Just a little drop. You will not drink it. As a matter of fact, they talking over it, they probably put something in here where you probably just knows it. But you will not drink it. And you can't be putting spit in this message. It's a clear message. If you got angel key, you can't put it together, right? You don't add, they say don't add, impose, and don't add, subtract anything to it. If you take away, add to it, anything. Don't touch it, don't mess, leave it alone. Repeat, if you can't do anything, just repeat what you heard exactly. Don't add anything to it. And somebody said, well, it says Jerusalem shall be armies. So they throw in Muslim armies there. Well, first of all, Jerusalem's been surrounded by Muslim armies ever since it existed. The Arabs surrounding Jerusalem, I mean, they have fights periodically ever since 76 years. That's not what the angel's talking about. So if you go by that, then they should have been fleeing 76 years ago. They've been fleeing all the time. See, you got to say stuff, and you're going to be asked, why? Why you say this? You know, Elijah Muhammad. Look all the work Elijah Muhammad did. And he's a saint as far as I'm concerned. He's a father to me as far as I'm concerned. That's what the scripture says. Because he made one error that you might think is a big error, because he didn't really, I don't want to use the word glorify, but he didn't really promote the idea of message of covenant that strong. He mentioned it here and there, but he didn't mention it and say that this is going to come after me. He just talking about, well, there's someone with some come out. It was like, it wasn't that clear. And so he says he was forbidden to go to the promised land because he did that. And you say, well, why is that? Well, you think about it. If he had promoted that and pushed it, they wouldn't have been deceived by Farra-Con. So they blame him for Farra-Con. See? Because he had said specifically, this is what you should be looking for. Then Farra-Con couldn't have deceived them. Maybe he might have done anyway, but anyway, you understand what I'm saying? But now he didn't do that. And plus Farra-Con talking about, well, wait a minute, we're going to talk about it in a minute. But the God he wasn't, read it. God, if you read any stuff, God was against Farra-Con. So you don't need him. See? So just because all the work he did, he stood toe to the devil and everything, because he didn't do that. See, because it's about mathematics. And so he said, well, yeah, okay, but what's the consequence? Consequence is that people going through tribulation now, they wouldn't have had to go to tribulation if they hadn't fallen victim to Farra-Con and listed messing the covenant, seeking them and finding them. You seek something and you find it. And that wouldn't happen. That happened because Farra-Con got a foothold, and they got a foothold, and they blamed Farra-Con for Master Elijah Muhammad for that because he didn't go in and make it clear a message of the covenant. And he knew the message of the covenant was there because, like I said, they used to say, ministers shall say, Elijah Muhammad told him, I don't know if all the ministers over the nation were saying that. Well, I know it was two ministers, because I was under Minister James Shabazz in Newark, and then under Brother Chicago. He was doing what he was in the same position, supposedly with Ishmael's, and he ran mosque number 2 in Chicago. And what they say is, be careful what you say, who you saying it to. And I says, because Allah is amongst you. And I had some old timers. I says, because I asked some old timers here that knew last Master Muhammad. There was one brother. He looked like he was white, but his name was Supreme Allah. He said Master Muhammad gave him that name, Supreme Allah. He looked like he was white, but I said, I was in my 20s, and he had to be in his, in what, 1970s? He had to be in the 60s or 70s, right? And he said, no, they start saying that about be careful what you say and who you're saying to, because Allah is amongst you. He said, just start really saying that. So, So this is not a joke. That's why I hate even being on Facebook, but that's the medium that's there. Because I was doing other things besides Facebook. Facebook hasn't been around 30 years. I didn't know about it. So I take advantage of it. I would take advantage of all other platforms too. I just don't have time. Every day, my day is full. Right? And I spend a little time, I can spend time with my wife. I love my wife. I don't want to lose her. Right? See? And so I can spend time with her in the evenings. Right? About an hour or so, maybe 2 at the most. But my day is totally taken up. I'm up 4 o'clock in the morning to go to the gym. I got a full day. I don't have time to be watching, look on people's shoulders, see what they're doing. Like I said, my time is spent just doing my presentations, trying to put these things together. Like with these computers. Because they all in my stuff. They're in my phone now. And they know everything. Because they want to stop this message. So, like I said, I don't need any help. I sure need kind of help that's a distraction. Like Muhammad said, truth be so clear, even a fool not err. See? So it's a clear message. I made it very clear. If somebody seems to want to help, right? If they can't do anything, they can just repeat what I said accurately. Right? In the proper context. See? I'm going to add, subtract, and then I got to go in and see what they say. I don't have time for that. I just don't have time for it. Because the bottom line is, right, it's distraction. So they're guilty of blocking the word. I got to spend time watching them. So it means I'm complicit with them. And so we can all be held accountable for people lost for lack of knowledge. Because while we waste time with that, we could be getting this information out to them. And I'm not going to allow it to happen. See what happened to Elijah before he was gone. They said before the cock crows, they was all over. They tore the whole thing down just like that. Easily in the wrong direction, hardly in the right direction. Okay, so anyway. So like I said, Mr. Covenant, he doesn't need Lamb guy, he doesn't need anybody for anything. So if you want to help, you better be helping. Especially from now on. I'm not going to lie, I'm not going to take responsibility for your ineptness, and I got to keep looking over my shoulder, see what you're doing. I'm not going to have that happen. So I just don't have time anymore. I don't have time to begin with. Okay? I got to stop focusing on what I'm doing, make sure my mission stays clean and pure. Oh, it's just, just nothing. Either do it right or don't do it all. It's going to be a perfect kingdom, not nearly perfect kingdom. Perfect. How do you get perfect? Clean water is clean or it's dirty. Like I said, it's either clean or dirty, in between. Well, it's only got a little drop of spit in it. Well, it's dirty and nobody wants it. Okay, brothers and sisters. You know, at Farra-Con. Now, you notice how they went biological when it talks about Mary couldn't have been virgin. Why don't they go biological on Farra-Con? He admits his father's devil. He admits it. So go biological on that, because maybe before, it didn't matter because God made us all in the womb. But also it matters now. They're trying to debunk what the Christians say about Mary. And because they have not broke the seal, they have no idea what that's talking about anyway, because Mary is not, Mary, in that context, it represents America. America was a virgin country to Europeans. And Joseph was Britain. And we are the child. Right? And soon I will be the actual child he's talking about that Mary gave birth to. By the Holy Spirit, Master Muhammad. That's what it really means. I'm not going into details about that, but you maybe you can put it together, maybe you can't. See? But are you going to go biological? See? So okay, well, like I said, go to biology on Farra-Con then. Right? So, well, it got to be a male or a female, right? And I do recall I mentioned that not so long ago. Let me see, what was that? Was that last week? Let me see. I was saying, what context was that? I was saying, let me think about that for a minute. I said, I forgot context I was talking about. I was talking about how the female, I was talking about in the context of the female being a degree less because she doesn't have the male, in other words, the male chromosome is XY. The female is just YY, I believe it is. Right? So YY is a combination of female, XY is a combination of male. So the male can produce both male and female because sperm comes from him. You start as a sperm, either female or male. So if you start out as a female, then you start as a Y, and the egg is always Y. So they're YY. Start at X, female egg is always X. I mean, it's always Y. So now you're XY. You can produce both. Females only produce one. Even if they clone, they still can only produce one. That's no still together. Anyway, he had no idea what he was talking about. We're talking about some of that in a minute. Somebody trying to send me something here. Boop, boop, boop. No. Nope. Okay. Anyway, but they won't talk about that. But then what about the demon? Well, the fact that Farra-Con says father's a devil. Right? That means he'd be a devil too. That's biological fact. Because see, before it didn't matter because God made us all in the womb. Well, it shouldn't matter in that respect either, right? You see? Because they're full of it over there. Right? Okay. Let's do it. Okay, well that's one thing. It follows the devil. But let's go into, I want to explain something to you. Do you understand what standing means? Standing. In legal terms. Standing means like, say there's a case between two families, right? Okay. If you're not part of the family, you don't have any standing, so you can't get to court. And if you're a lawyer, well, you can hire a lawyer. I mean, they don't have standing. The person that, in other words, if you can't hire a lawyer to represent that if you're not part of the family. Have to be a family member to have standing. Let me say another way to explain it. Say a company does something, right? And you don't like where the employee is being treated. So you go in court and say, "Oh, like, well, you can't do anything because you don't have standing. You got to be an employee to sue this company on employee's behalf. You got to stand. You have to be affecting you somehow." That's basic. It's loosely what standing means. So I'm gonna give you the real lowdown on what happened. See, because Elijah Muhammad, see, Farra-Con, he didn't fix it, so that's why you see Daniel running around with their head between their legs, because Farra-Con got them by the, you know what. When Elijah departed, see, he left all the assets and everything in the name of why? Because it belonged to us. We did all the work. I mean, I was 5 years there, but you had people that had been. I told you, this brother, Supreme Allah, he was giving it Master Muhammad because Master Muhammad personally named him. So he'd been with the Master all that time, right? And so it was the believers' messenger guided, but the believers that built the nation. So all the assets, everything was in the believers' names, right? So when he departed, right? We could have continued like that because the person that was the most person that had standing was Farra-Con. It wasn't a family matter, it was a organization matter. Right? And so it wouldn't need to go into court because it was launched in the Nation of Islam. He continued that process, no problem. Right? Continue as Messenger left it, doing the same thing before, houses and housing complexes and banks and boats and all kinds of farms, everything. But see, Wallace, they wanted that money. See, Wallace, but he had no standing. For two reasons he had no standing. See, because first of all, he was banished. He was actually banished. The message banished him. The only reason why the believers let him come back, if you want to call them believers, they didn't let him come back. They let him come back to the funeral because that was after all, it was his father, right? See, and so they let him come back, for personal reasons, not come to the Nation of Islam, but just back to for family gathering, whatever. But in the meantime, right, because he departed like a couple of days before Savior's Day, but they didn't tell anybody. They didn't want to announce just Savior's Day, right? So, say the miraculously, he's back in the Nation of Islam. That message didn't reinstate him, so how did he get back? Not only that, but he's in charge. Now, how does it happen? When Elijah Muhammad banished him, and now he come back when Farra-Con has standing. But see, the problem is that Wallace could not get his hand on that money as long as it was a Nation of Islam thing, because remember, he didn't have any standing. He wasn't even associated with Nation of Islam at the time. And it was a corporate or company situation what had to do with family. Right? And so in that case, Farra-Con had standing, so he ran it. But that's not what happened. What happened was he came in and Farra-Con was on the sidelines, so Farra-Con his wingman. Now what's it all about? Because they wasn't necessary to go into court because it just continued as it was. And Farra-Con just been leading it. Right? But how they got in the court? Because Wallace went and says, well, hold it, no. That money does not belong to the Nation of Islam. It belongs to family because Elijah Muhammad, right, he's the one that built all of that. So neither here nor there, that was the case. He had a case. He says, okay, this is my case. And on that condition, he has standing because he was a family member. See? He has standing in that case because he's a family member. If he can get the judge, right, to agree to accept that accept the fact that this could be a family matter, then he has standing. And Farra-Con has no standing on that side if they prevail. If they can get the judge to prevail that no, this belongs to the family, then Farra-Con has no standing. See, and then the family gets it all. You understand what I'm saying? So, but another case, like I said, if Farra-Con had the standing, I mean, Farra-Con didn't have standing, and they didn't, and he kept, and everything went on like it was, right? Well, then Farra-Con, only thing he had to gain was continue getting the salary he was getting. You understand what I'm saying? Because it went on, the money still belonged to the believers. He was getting a salary unless he started stealing money, which he actually did eventually do. But it was still that he had to keep on getting his salary. He had to keep on at things as they were, right? And the assets would mean it. We still had the banks, all that kind of stuff, right? See, but if he went to court and he lost, he wouldn't have anything. You understand? So they had to make a deal. See, they tell you in the Thessalonians about the sudden perdition, they was plotting against the messenger. How do you know what a plot? Who's the plotters? Because if the plot is successful, they didn't want to step forward in control. I mean, why would they plot and put somebody else in control? So it was the plotters. Wallace. Because they told, look, what you do, we go into court. And if you don't, you got standing. You don't want to stand it because you're the supreme minister or whatever, right? If you don't say anything, if you don't challenge it, then it becomes a total family matter. And we have standing, Wallace, and all the assets will become mine, right? And you had to give them a per check no more because we don't give you a piece of it. $1 million or $2 million, we don't give you a piece of it because once we get all the money, we get a piece. And that's what he did to that clown. Because first he's a coward. He's a thief. It says he would be a thief. He robbed the whole nation. That's what he did. And he went along with it. So that he came Wallace's wingman. Instead of he being in charge, Wallace became in charge. Because now it's a family matter. So Wallace got standing. And Farra-Con was going to keep his mouth shut. He has standing, but if he don't fight it, then it falls into Wallace's hands. So that's how they got it easily. Because Wallace, all Farra-Con had to stand and say, no, this money belongs to the Nation of Islam. He got to stop Wallace cold. And continue the Nation of Islam as Elijah Muhammad left it. But I said he would still be stuck with his salary, whatever that salary was. But they said, no, you get a lot more than that because we liquidate, we give you 10% or whatever. See? But you got to say nothing because you got to stand and you can't say nothing. You can't go into court, you can't challenge this. And that's what happened. So Wallace easily got to control everything. And the first thing they started liquidating stuff just like that, liquidating everything. Everybody, I was living in a nature apartment building, a complex. I was a complex. There's all kinds of buildings inside. It was beautiful up there. I think 87th Street. I think it was 87th Street. And I financed my cars with the Mason Bank. I was shift foreman at Muhammad Street newspaper, right? We shopped at your supermarket, right? And restaurant, Islam restaurant, and so forth, so on. I had virtually no contact with those at all. And all that was overnight, bam, going. And then they make sure that Farra-Con couldn't get back at it. They liquidated the Nation of Islam altogether, this thing called the Bilalians. So he had stand, he had stand on something that don't exist anymore. And then they gave him what they gave him the finger up his butt. Man, that's how he ended up getting cancer. Because they ain't give him nothing. See, he allowed them play him because he's stupid. And Wallace is, I didn't think anybody more stupid than Wallace, but Farra had to be, because that's why they had to get rid of Malcolm. Because Malcolm they would never be able to pull that on Malcolm. But they pulled on his dumbass Farra-Con. That's why he said he had nothing. That's why he had to leave town and run to his island or whatever, trying to get back on stage, shake his ass. Now, call me a liar, Farra-Con. Call me a liar. They trick your butt. They treat you like what do you call it, 2-bit hoe. That's how they treated you. They told you they were going to give you something, got you nothing. They trick your ass. And you weren't going to lead us into tribulation. You're going to lead us in a hole. And you got fools on that one, got played like that. That's what happened. Wild should never have gotten anything. All Wild's Farra-Con had to stay because he's a coward. He was looking out for himself because he let all those believers, they lost everything they had. These people had suffered, sacrificed for years, decades, and all of a sudden they had nothing. Nothing. See? They took everything they had, and how you, as soon as you go on, you got rid of chairs at where you said temple, they call it a mosque now. Got rid of chairs out of it, and they had you sitting on down there saying prayers like the Sunnis. That these people think that was. See, yeah, we can say prayers in here. Boy, these people got your head some up somebody's butt talking about you praying. You see. And on that note, I should have had a dumb they are. And I remember he went off about how his mother was so sick, and he went and prayed and matter how many do a goddamn thing for you, fool. He prayed and good reverse, right? So, right, okay, now, but now he's saying Farra-Con's Messiah and all this great stuff, right? So if he's the great, he's minority and everything else, then how come his prayers didn't work? How come he got cancer, got decastrated and disemboweled and every damn thing else? The devils blew his ass up. But he's the anointed. So if that was so mad, if I'm so concerned about prayers, how come he handle his prayers? Because all bullshit. See? And Elijah Muhammad, well, I can't say for sure because I know it didn't happen when I was there, right? That we didn't do any prayers, right? I mean, the minister would say a prayer when we open up. I'm not sure how detailed it was. It's been a long time, over 40 years, brothers and sisters. But I know we didn't go on Fridays and pray and all that kind of stuff. We never did anything like that. There wasn't anything like that. Nobody ever talked about it. Nobody said, man, you better go and pray the Mass for Muhammad. I never heard anything like that. Well, I was there 5 years. I don't pray the Mass for him for anything. I called out to him once. If you gods, who you pray to? They say, oh, man, pray. Okay, well, if Master Muhammad prays, then why you go to the middleman? Why would talk who he's praying to and pray back to them? That's what Farra-Con says. He says, Master Muhammad prays, and plus we can't worship him because he's flesh and blood. Yet now all of a sudden he's a man. See? So they're desperate over there. And the thing is, the bottom line is, I'm buffering here. Let me see. How bad this is. I probably want to shut this up. Yeah, look, that's pretty bad, brothers and sisters. Okay, I'm gonna have to stop, brothers and sisters, because it's buffing really bad. Yeah, it's really bad. So they want to stop this. They don't know how to stop it. But really bad. Yeah. I may discontinue and restart. And I want to get this point across, brothers and sisters. See? Anyway, let me. Oh, here it goes again. Okay. Okay, this is not going to work. It's buffering too much. Yeah. Okay, boss. I'm going to stop and restart and see if that works. And or either just do a recording and upload it. Yeah. Okay. So they're going to shut me down altogether in a minute. See, they already shut a couple of my channels down. They stopped me on Messenger the other day, and then I was able to get that back up. Right? Well, I don't know. Let me see. Maybe it's going to stop. But as I was saying, right? Farra-Con is a liar. He's weak as a coward. He abandoned the sheep. They say he's a shepherd. No, he abandoned the sheep. He left with nothing. When the wolves came, he was gone. And wolves came and ate everything they could get their hands on. While being a chief wolf. That's who he is. Plus his followers, the devil, they cowards by nature. He says it. See? So, he claimed, oh, he's Aaron. Okay, then, or to read up what Aaron did. Every time he claims something, just read up what that person did. Because Aaron, what did Aaron do? Aaron turned the people to the golden calf. He caused havoc amongst the people. Made them laugh and stop before the enemies. This is red bounce. It's not buffering, but it looks like it's... Okay, yeah. Anyway. So what big shit shows us today, right? They lie about everything. And I don't know why it's not be working like this either. It should be. More too. So I guess I get that right. Okay, bro. This is again. That's what happened. You understand? He betrayed the nation. That's what it said. He robbed this nation. That's what he did. And then he got rid of it, called Belialians, right? So nobody couldn't recover. That's what he did. And now he's back after he was broke. Remember, God didn't bring him back. Somebody called Jabril. So I guess you praise him. He had to go out and get Farra-Con and say, Farra, you need to come back, man, because you can live off the rest of these people. That's pretty much what he told him. That's what he did. Now he's rich, but he's make sure he doesn't make the same mistake what they claim Elijah made. The money's in his name. So if he departs, it's going to go back to his family. I don't care what the so-called believers did. That's what's going to happen there. See? And that's why Ishmael and them was scurrying around, got their toes up Farra-Con's behind, right? Tickling them, because they hope that he might give them a piece of that money before he leaves here. Because if he doesn't give it to them, they can hold the nation together. They can hold that nation together. You know, they'd be in a job, they'd be in Burger King or someplace, right? Clean out toys with their tongue. Because that's about all they can do. Plus lying Ishmael, that boy is stupid. First class stupid. But Farra-Con got him. Because they wouldn't have those things. He wouldn't pay them to make sure they got to keep on saying, hey, Farra-Con's the greatest. See? Because he gets upset. Same thing what happened to Khalid and all these other people. They get rid of him. See? But he's got to kiss Farra-Con's ass. You understand, brothers and sisters? So I think I covered everything I want to cover here today, brothers and sisters. Who's Farra-Con? See? His father's the devil. Makes him a demon. Half devil, half man. He's a lying dog. He abandoned the sheep. He's got rich off the robbing nation for some years. Right? He lied to Muhammad, said become his worst hypocrite. Where he doesn't mention. He's not the messenger of the covenant. He's against the covenant. That's who Farra-Con is. The Farra-Con. Like I said, that shit show they gave us, they all talking about this and that. They don't know what the hell they're talking about. They say, well, the point about Jesus, that story is not about two people. America is Mary. America was a virgin land to the Europeans. You understand? Let's throw it all together, brothers and sisters. Let me go ahead and bring this to a close. Yes, I talk about the trumpets. Now, I don't know if I emphasize this point enough. I'm pretty sure I mentioned it. Now, when you read, in the key, you have to know who the serpent is. And we identify the serpent as, in the angel key, right, that represents the African nations. Right? It's also called a bear. And in Daniel, they refer to as the bear. But in angel, they refer to as a serpent. And in Exodus, refers to as serpent. And Genesis refers to serpent also. Right? And the serpent, that's the one that told Eve, Americans, right, that they could go ahead and eat that tree because God told them leave it. That's us. You can go ahead and do it. You can go ahead and attack that tree. Because each time we take our existence. And God said, don't you do it. Don't afflict them. He said, no, if you do that, you're going to be gods like them. They're just telling you that. Man, he's the one promoting. Because he didn't say that Mary had any ideas on those lines. It says the serpent told him, yeah, go ahead and do what you want to do with them. Because you're going to be like gods. God's lying to you. So the question is, who's this serpent? Ask them over there, who's the serpent? They can't tell you. Who's the serpent? Now, why does this matter? Because we know the serpent is Obama. Why does that matter? Because you understand the trumpets, right? The trumpets represent the African nation. And they're attacking. Everybody's including us. Now, can you add 2 plus 2? 2 plus 3? Add it together. See? Because we know who the serpent is. And he's advocating that we should just kill us, get rid of us. See? So when you put that together, add 2 plus 2, an angel, and you see the trumpets, you see they're attacking us too. Who's leading them? Obama. So will he be here? When this war breaks out, he'll be over there. But the point is, he's leading it. See? Because he already told you he wants you dead. He tried to get Adam and Eve to do it. And now, and you see what's happening to you, understand what's going on here, brothers and sisters. I said, all the nations want you dead. But serpent, he told it, go get him. God's lying. You understand? You understand, brothers and sisters? And so now you put 2 and 2 together, you say, oh, that's what they're attacking. Right? Because they want, remember, they got a thing against devils because they colonized their land, they got a thing against us. Right? Because we're from a different tribe. And then plus we pull some Levites over to our tribe. Right? And then envious of us is the same as Ishmael is. You start to understand, brothers and sisters? You start understanding this? So it tells you right there, they want you dead. Once you're dead, he was the one the serpent told him, go ahead and do it. So now, four winds blow, that's what's happening. Anything else, brothers and sisters, I need to talk about? This was supposed to act differently than it is, so I don't know, there's something wrong here. And that's Farra-Con's father, Louis Eugene Grounds. That's Farra-Con, Legion, Louis Eugene Grounds. His father, Percival Clark. Okay, look, they both wear glasses. That's a sign right there. Glasses. I don't have to wear glasses. I'm 75 years old. I don't have to wear them. I see very good. I guess I see 20/20. They don't need any glasses. And that's the other thing. Moses' eyes wouldn't dim. Mr. Cutler's eyes wouldn't dim. That's him. Can you see the resemblance? They said, where's Jamaica? Well, yeah, that's his nationality. Right? But they had a devil running in Jamaica for many years. Mansfield or something the name was. Hmm. Hmm. Demon Surge in the 60s. I thought that 50-year cycle. Hope you understand, bro. So then we'll leave it there. Hmm? So I'm not going to wait for that shit show they had today. I said I had to say. But they're full over there. They're full of it. Now, Master Farrakhan's Messiah, the man can't even walk. He can't move his wheelchair on his own. You understand, brothers and sisters? So it's Farra-Con. He's a demon. He's a liar. No good. Creep. Right? He ran away with the seat. That's Farra-Con is. Plus, he liquidated the nation's assets and put their money in their pockets. He let Walton put in their pockets. He didn't get any. And all it's about to come to screeching halt, brothers and sisters, because bondage desolation, which they cannot speak to, because if they speak to it, that in itself bring down this house. Mm-hmm. And Suma's already breaking down this house. It's already breaking it down. Hmm? It's folding. My guess, brothers and sisters, and I'm pretty confident that we're talking about next week, a week or so, beginning of next month. I'm pretty confident that it'll be a full-blown war by then. But again, that's my analysis. That's why I'm going to have the final say. It's very close. What happens, everything will change, brothers and sisters. Everything will change dramatically. Everything. Can't have soon enough for my taste. Okay, brothers and sisters, I don't think I covered anything. But I have to cover it again tomorrow. Right? But remember those trumpets. Remember those trumpets, brothers and sisters. The serpent one is annihilated years ago. And America's on board accomplished just that. All right.